What is inland flooding? Well, it's the main concern for forecasters right here in Western Virginia. So let's take a deeper look. Over the past several years, the meteorological technology has improved significantly with respect to forecasting tropical cyclones, pinpointing their landfall locations, their times, and intensity. There's usually plenty of lead time for the folks along the coast to either board up and hunker down or just flat out evacuate. Unfortunately, there are still a number of fatalities each year when these monster cyclones hit the coast, and that's hard to avoid. And storm surge is the #1 killer with respect to hurricane-related fatalities. But inland flooding is #2, and that's what we have to be concerned about here in Virginia. Dr. Michael Brennan from the National Hurricane Center has more insight into the inland flooding scenario.
We've seen just in the past 5 hurricane seasons is about 65% of the fatalities in the United States from tropical storms and hurricanes have been from freshwater flooding.
And our region is no stranger to inland flooding catastrophes. We have all the ingredients for significant flooding potential. So, given our topography, flooding from tropical cyclones have had historic impacts on the area. From Camille in 1969 to Juan in 1985, and even a few more recent examples, Florence and Michael in 2018. Our area has the perfect mix of hills and basins that combine for horrific results when tropical moisture arrives in force.
So anytime you have that deep tropical moisture that gets pulled up with a storm, a lot of times making landfall along the Gulf Coast, and you have that deep tropical moisture pulling up into the mountains and getting that extra lift there, you can get some really heavy rain rates, some really high values of rainfall just in a short period of time. And as you know, in the topography there, especially from the Blue Ridge westward, you're in those very steep terrain, very flash floody type creeks and streams, small basins that are going to respond really quickly to that rainfall and can go from very low water levels all the way up to moderate or major flood stage at a place like the Roanoke River at Roanoke in just a matter of hours.
So before the storm arrives, know your risk. Get a plan in place, prepare your home, have an emergency kit set up, and get communication squared away. During the storm, if you can, get to higher ground. Obey all evacuation orders. Practice electrical safety, avoid floodwaters, and keep your cell phone handy. After the storm, stay informed. Avoid flooded areas and disaster areas. Wait for the all clear, and then contact family members to make sure they know you're safe. And download the WFXR News app to stay safe and informed.